So hand 2 gives us a chance to look at a gadget that's very useful. If there's any problem with the gadget, it's just that it is easy to forget. I have 11 points, and you can make an argument for opening this hand pretty easily. But let's say that you pass. So we might say that we have a maximum hand for our pass. And then our partner opens a spade. Now, because he's sitting third or fourth seat, he might be opening this light, right? Now, if he's not, we definitely need to be in game because we had max for our pass. And if he's got a 14-point hand or some interesting distribution, then we want to get to game. So after this spade bid, we can use a gadget that's called Drury. There's some interesting history on it. It was basically a gadget that was invented to deal with a partner who opened light. It has undergone some twists and turns since its invention, and we basically now use it this way. A 2-club bid, playing with the robots, there's basically 2 main ways that you'll see people playing it. One is that 2 clubs is 10 plus, a maximum for your pass, and 3 or 4 spades. The other way to play it is actually to separate out the difference between 3 or 4 spades and play 2 clubs as 3 and 2 diamonds as 4. I think that probably I'm good with 2 clubs, frankly, for either. Leaving 2 diamonds, maybe to show a 10-plus point hand that doesn't have support. Or you can find some other use for it. But anyways, 2 clubs here would say, partner, I've got maximum for my pass. Okay, maximum for my pass. And I have support. This 2 diamond bids is an invite to game. Okay, so he's saying, yeah, I have a real opener. It's on the edge. And now you're left to evaluate this hand to try to determine whether or not over this invitation you should go to game. And on this hand, it's not that difficult because you have 3 top tricks. You have a 5-card suit, and you were truly thinking about getting there anyway. So opening to begin with, which certainly would have gotten us to game at that point. So playing imps here, let's bid game. And looks pretty good. So that's called Drury, and it's worth looking at. And like I said, the main problem with it, and I'm not joking about this, the main problem with Drury is remembering that it's in play. And I know very good players who refuse to play Drury because over their lifetime of experience, their partners have forgotten Drury more often than they have remembered it. So on board 5, got Fred in here sitting in north for this specific purpose of overbidding this hand. He passes to begin with, and I pass, and then Thick Skin jumps to 3 no trump. There were a couple boards in 3 no trump, so this is not an unrealistic auction. So there's been no search for a major, and I think that a lot of people would reach for a diamond here. But the problem is that the diamond is a losing lead. The majors have not been searched for, and it's possible that South, has majors here. But I think you need to think strongly about whether or not it makes sense to lead a major suit here. Diamonds could be right, but if diamonds are right, perhaps we're getting there anyways. I mean, we're going to need East to have some diamonds, and probably either the ace or queen to even have a shot at running these diamonds. If South can control the diamond suit one way or another, then we have just basically eliminated any chance of having the timing to make anything in the major suits. So after tossing this around in my head, this inclination I would have to lead a major takes precedence for me. Now I can lead a spade. I probably want to lead the jack if I did, or I could lead the small heart. I'm going to lead a small heart. And partner wins with the ace. So we have a good queen right now. We don't see the jack of hearts. And then there's the 10-9. So we got another trick coming, at least in hearts. If our partner has the jack, we'll actually have 2 hearts coming, at least. And if, in fact, he has 4, then we might actually pull out yet a length trick. I was 3, dummy was 3, partner's 4, then that means that south is going to have 3. So 4, 3, 3, 3. So if we can hope for a 4 there, and that would be great. Now he switches to spades, which is an interesting lead. He apparently, this robot, is on the same wavelength that I am, which is, what about these majors? I'm going to play low here, see what happens. He switches to clubs. Now, notice this 5-card suit, and if you'd counted this out, you would have seen that North had 9 points. Obviously, he has gone to 3 no trump based on that 5-card suit, an upgrade from his 9 points. All right, so there we are. Now he's going to run out 2 more club tricks, and that will give him 6. And get the diamond lead. East puts up the jack. And there is a spade lead to the queen. And now comes the pressure. So we're going to need partner to have the jack of hearts for this to have any success. But if we can get the jack of hearts, the queen of hearts, the king of diamonds, and a top spade, then we'll be in great shape. My worry here is crashing the jack of hearts. I wish I'd counted more closely. You ever get that feeling? I'm going to go up with the queen. Thankfully, he did not crash it. I'm going to play the king of diamonds, lead over to his high heart, and he needs a spade. And there it is. Okay. So see, what we've done here is, instead of reaching for the lead that matters, that feels right, the 5 of diamonds leading 4th from our longest and strongest, we thought about the auction and thought about what it means in terms of the majors. Now, had we led the jack of the 5 of diamonds, we would discover that the diamond lead is down. Goes 5, queen taking a trick, right? And then the ace taking a trick. So they get 2 diamond tricks. They get all of their club tricks for 7. They get 8, 9 with the ace of spades and the king of spades. So 9 tricks off the top, and the diamond lead gives it away. So on board 7, let's take a look at another opening lead problem. The robot has bid to 4 spades rather easily, the Stayman bid after no trump. On these hands, we're expecting south, especially since he's passed. We can limit his hand to at most 11 points. Right, so we know that he has 10 or 11, and we give north 16. So we're looking at 26, 27 points, and I have add mine to that, and we've got 33. So we're expecting our partner to have 7, 8 points, 7, 8, 9 points, somewhere in that vicinity. Now, why is that important? Well, because I have this stiff that I'm considering leading. I'm considering leading the club. And in doing so, I need to know that my partner has some points. It makes no sense at all to lead a stiff if you don't have, if your partner's never getting in. So here there is a chance my partner can get in. He's got some values over there. I really don't know where they're at. They could be in hearts. They could be in diamonds. They could be in clubs. I don't know. They could be in spades for all I know. So it's a little daunting, and you feel like, is this aggressively just going to give up a bunch of tricks, and am I going to, is he going to win the ace of clubs and be able to pull trump, and then what do I have left? So it's an active lead to lead a stiff. So you want to make sure that it has some chance of succeeding. And here, because of the fact that my partner has some values, because of the fact I have some trump that may not be needed, may not be taking natural tricks. The queen of spades certainly could on a finesse, but that would still leave 2 others. So this to me makes sense to make the 8 of clubs as a lead. Now, partner doesn't have much there, and so I'm going to be looking for his values in another suit. Seems like he could have covered with the queen of clubs. Of course, he would have just lost it, maybe saving it to cover it with the cover the jack. Here comes that finesse I talked to you about, coming back through the queen, right? All well and good there. And I win that trick. So now I've got one trick. I'm looking at the diamond suit, and I'm thinking I've got the king of diamonds for sure, right? Because either my partner has the ace or North has the ace. Either way, I should be able to score the king, unless for some reason North is able to pitch diamonds. So what I need now, of course, is to get back to my partner's hand, and the choices are in the red suits. Now, this is, I have no indication at this point where it is, but this is, I guess we could call some sort of theory based on how many spaces West could have in the heart suit, right? We can see 9, leaving only 4 out. North opened no trump, so he's going to have 2, which means that and if he has more than that, that means that West definitely has very few spaces to hold the ace of hearts. So it's looking a lot like it's more likely that North would hold the ace of hearts. The diamond suit, however, only has 6 cards that I can see, leaving 7 out. So even if they're split 4-3, that's still more spaces in diamonds for West to hold the ace than it is for North to hold the ace. And based on that, I'm going to try to reach my partner in the diamond suit. I'm going to lead low, suggesting that I have something in the suit. And indeed, I picked the right suit. So we get the ace of diamonds, we get the ruff, and I have the king of diamonds as the setting trick. And I know it's the setting trick because North was in no trump and should have at least 2 diamonds. So I always joke that opening leads are a crapshoot, but they're not entirely a crapshoot. You can make the right lead and you can make the wrong lead. So on board 10, South opens with a spade, and we have a very interesting hand, right? Because we have 5 in the spades, we have 7, 8, we have a 13-point hand. It's 5-5. And we hear that nursery rhyme in our head, the clarion call of 5-5, come alive. We could get some spade tricks on offense, but we would need to have our partner having a club suit here, which he may have. And we're both in the red, and I only have 5 clubs. And what happens if North has points and the club suit, and I volunteer clubs here? Right? There's a big danger, is what I'm saying, when you're vulnerable and bidding a 5-card suit. Here, this other thing is in my head, which is, sure like that spade suit. So what you might want to do is just quietly pass. Quietly pass. Right? And then we find out that South indeed loves his spades. He's got 6. So we're probably looking at 6-5 with 2 spread between these guys. Pass again. I'm doing all this very quietly because I got one big bid coming here. Now, when he bids 4 spades, it's almost certain that he has 2 spades. And it's a 6-2, 8-card fit. And they think life is good. Right? But if these are 2 small spades over here, I am taking a lot of spade tricks, plus maybe a club trick. And then maybe my partner has a trick. Right? And an auction like this, they probably have around at least 23, 24 points. If we think that maybe South is bidding on the basis of distribution, right, because he has 6, then maybe my partner even has a few more points than the 2 or 3 that otherwise might be indicated. We pull out the double. This is what we were hoping for with our first pass, that we would get to defend in spades. And we happened to get there. Now, at the tables, one pair did get to 4 spades. I bet they felt a little bit silly about getting there and getting doubled. But hey, the robots did it here. Right? And maybe there was a savvy West who was very quiet in bidding. Anyways, next question is, what do I lead? Now, it would seem that with 2 of hearts, I'm going to lead the hearts, right? I got a stiff, and I got control of spade suit, and I can get some roughs. But remember, our other goal here, right, is that we want to own the spade suit, right? So playing a heart here doesn't really do anything for us. What might be more interesting is to get rid of some of these clubs, get rid of some of these trumps in South's hand. This is called a we'll try to force a ruff here and take control of the spade suit. Let's pause here for a second. We can see that the dummy hits 6, 8, 3, 11 points. 11 points with our 13 is 24, right? And South is presumably holding in the neighborhood of 14 points. So our partner's going to maybe have 3 or 4 points tops, maybe more if South is bidding completely on distribution. There we had a 5-4 in clubs with the dummy, right? We had 5, they had 4. And we don't know now whether these are split, and we can get a club trick here, whether our partner is a stiff club, right, or whether South had a stiff club. So it's kind of open, right? I'm going to play for 2-2. If South happens to be out, well, that's fine. That's fine. The queen is now a good trick, and it's going to be difficult for me to ever lead clubs again because they have queen 10. But I will have limited his clubs to 5. He starts with 6. I would have made him rough once. Now he has 5. Now we have an even number of clubs. Also, look at the spade suit. Where are the ace and jack of spades? Clearly they're in west and south. There's no other place for them to be. So he's got a hard row to hoe. Also, it's very clear I was never making anything in clubs. Right? So I'm very happy that I passed. Partner partner does have the 3 clubs, and South is able to get a ruff. So now he's down to 5 spades. Takes a lead at the king of hearts. And it's clear he has the hearts. He comes back around, and we get the 9. Now, we could think about throwing something here, or we could ruff with the 2. Now, if we ruff with the 2, South now has 1 more trump than we do. But on the other hand, we get to score the 2, right, which was otherwise probably going to go under the ace. If I pitch a diamond, I'm playing for ruffs, but I don't really need ruffs. If there's any ruff I can take, it's this one. My other tricks are good, so I'm going to go ahead. Do you see how they're good? There's no way that I don't take a trick with every one of these. So right now, they are down 3. They cannot get these spades. Take that back. There's the ace of spades out there. They get 1 of those. So I just need 1 more, and I can get to 800. I get 3 spades, and I'm hoping for something in my partner's hand. So what do I lead? Fortunately, I can't make him rough anymore, so I'm going to lead through the ace, queen of diamonds, hoping that my partner might have the king. Be a nice 3 points for him to have. And he does. My partners always cooperate that way. He leads a heart, wins with the ace. Why not? It's a good trick anyways. And there's the ace, and we have the top 2 spades. He finally gets the bad news. We get 2 more spades, and we set them 3, vulnerable and doubled. 2, 5,